Marbella with Him and Her are proud to be sponsored by the friendliest bar in San Pedro, the Hogan Stand. The place for amazing food, live music and sport, karaoke, quizzes, and a welcoming smile. Why would you want to go anywhere else? Check out their Instagram page at the Hogan Stand and at the Hogan Hackers for their golf society.
This podcast may contain adult themes and strong language. Hello and welcome to Marbella with Him and Her, brought to you by the Hogan Stand. He is
PJ Lopez and she is
Hannah Murray. Isn't the weather nice?
It's like it's proper summer.
I'm loving it. It's really, really nice. It's clear blue skies consistently for, I think, pretty much all of this week, hasn't it been?
And the house has warmed up. Hang on. Got to take my top off.
I'm steady.
It's
God, he
hot.
actually is. This doesn't make good content. I'm not wearing slippers.
Well, whoopee for you.
I know, it's because it's not too cold on my feet on the marble.
I know, it's here. That's how you know summer
Yeah.
has arrived.
Definitely. And I'm hot in pyjamas.
You're hot all the time, baby.
Oh, nice. Like it. We're getting rid of the...
It's probably because you're perimenopause.
Oh, don't spoil it. Why'd you have to spoil it?
Oh, sorry.
We've got rid of the heaters as well. We've had a heater in the bedroom and downstairs.
Yeah, well, you've got rid of them. You've just pushed it into the other bedroom, which means that I've got to get rid of
Yeah,
them.
absolutely. Well, they're heavy to carry down the stairs, and being the hunk of a man that you are.
Yes,
There
this
you
is
go.
true. Fighting off the women I am.
Good for you.
They say you're a hunk of a man.
No, I just said that.
Or do they say you're a hunk of meat?
Oh, God. Don't know what's worse.
Or do they just say other words?
I don't think they say anything, yeah. So we recorded the last podcast last Saturday, which was before the Urban Chai Quiz on Saturday night, which I do once a month. And you did very well, your team.
Yes. What do we call ourselves?
Rockers.
The Sham Rockers. We won both the quiz and the money round, but we shared the money round with another team.
Yeah, and mate, that was Jerry and Paul's team, wasn't it?
Yeah, not Jerry the Pacemakers.
No, not Jerry
I
and
don't
the
think he's got one, has he?
pacemaker, no. No one on his team has.
Okay.
So it doesn't work. But yeah, you won the money and the quiz. Really well done.
Thank you very much.
And more on that to come.
Yes.
I've got a lovely photo just to mention, because I'm going to put it in our little reel, of Dad and Sheila at the Urban Chai Quiz, both wearing purple. They were the purple twins. They were matching.
Yes, I do like the way that they coordinate. They have matching jackets as well.
Yeah, they do.
It's very sweet in their old age. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. Scrub that out.
In their young age. It's very
age.
sweet.
Yes, youth never dies.
We hadn't planned. We had talked about the possibility of going hashing on Sunday, because the Mijas Hash House Harriers came to Benahavis, which is so close to us, and they're always hashing Fuengirola Mijas way. And we always say, if you come up our end, then we'll try and join you.
Not a lot of people come up your end.
Steady. But we didn't, did we?
No, we're very good at talking about it.
We're very
Not
good at
very
talking.
good at executing it.
I know. Well, Sundays are quite sacred, aren't they now? If we had nothing on for the rest of the weekend, we would have gone. But we were going to the theatre Sunday night, and we knew we had to leave early.
It would have been a bit of a rush. And what I don't like doing, especially on a Sunday, is rushing, because it's our last day before the weekly work.
Exactly.
And you just need a bit of downtime.
I know. So we sensibly didn't do it, but I looked at the videos and the pictures and it looked so good. They had a picnic and it looked brilliant.
Well, next time, if we haven't got anything on in the evening, we will do it.
Yes, absolutely. But we did have something on in the evening. We went to see Chicago, the musical, at the Salon Varietes Theatre in Fuengirola. I drove.
Pop.
Cicero. It was really good. Really, really, really good.
Oh, one of the best things I've seen them do.
Yeah.
And Toni. Let's just talk about Toni.
Yeah, Toni-Leigh Dempsey, who is one half of Diva Fever with Melissa Carver. We love them both. They're both great girls and they're both brilliant singers, and they do a great duo together, going around singing in various different restaurants and bars and things along the Costa del Sol. So if you ever see Diva Fever playing, do go along and give them a listen. And Toni-Leigh was playing Roxy, one of the main characters, obviously, in Chicago, and she was insanely good. It's like she was totally made for that part.
Yeah, I just can't fault the performance at all.
No.
And
so
the whole
good.
way it was put together, the production was incredible as well.
Yeah, all the dancing, the choreography. We can't praise it enough.
Thank you for entertaining us. on a Sunday evening because it was great.
Yes, well done to everyone involved in Chicago. It was really, really brilliant. On Monday, I was at Studio 34 Pilates class in San Pedro with Amy, and it was quite honestly the hardest class ever.
Push yourself.
We really are pushing ourselves.
No point coming home saying, well, that was easy, wasn't it?
No, exactly.
And you had that before. One of the first, we won't drop names, so don't worry. One of the first Pilates classes that you went to, you didn't really get a lot from it.
No, we really didn't. It was the same every week. But in recent years, I've been trying lots of other places and they're all really
we
great.
We mentioned it before, you're a Pilates whore. Those were your words, not mine.
I know, but just the way you say it sounds a little bit offensive.
Well, I'll drop the Pilates then.
You cannot call me that. That's not okay. Rehearsals are going really well for Ladies' Day. We've got loads of rehearsals, most Monday and Wednesday evenings leading up to the play. Second weekend of May. Tickets are now on sale.
Go buy them and laugh at us.
Yes, you can. It's the second weekend in May, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. If you go to internationaltheatrestudio.org, you can get your tickets. It's at the El Paraiso Hotel, where we do all our main performances. There's a bar there, plenty of parking. I say plenty of parking. Try and get there earlier.
There's an
Otherwise,
overspill
there
car
can
park
be.
as well.
There's a what?
There's an overspill car park
Where?
at El Paraiso Hotel.
No, but sometimes there isn't enough parking outside the hotel. If people are
and
late.
there's an overspill car park right next to it.
Is there?
Yes, another entrance next to it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No.
Okay, well, there you go. And there's a poster that has been made. We did a bit of a photo shoot that I think we talked about last week. And the poster is fantastic, isn't it? You in your jockey gear, us all in our ascot gear with the hats. It's really good.
It looks like we're actually at York races.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, we'll share the poster and do get your tickets now.
And before anybody sort of messages us and saying, Ascot Ladies' Day is at Ascot, once you see the play, you'll know why it's at York.
Yes. My entrepreneur of the week this week was the lovely Kelly Newton, who is the founder of Nixie Body. Kelly is one of the amazing ladies who I did the India tuk-tuk trip with. You've met her because she came out to Marbella with her husband, who is also called Paul.
And he's the other Crystal Palace supporter.
He's the other Crystal Palace fan. They were here with some friends, so we met up with them, which was really nice. And yeah, it was great to have her on and for her to share her story. Did you know that Nixie, the name Nixie, was a Greek goddess?
Yeah, she mentioned it in her interview.
Mentioned it in the interview, yeah. That was all to do with women, and I'm sure it was to do with like menstruation and all that.
Yeah.
There was a real link.
It was a link, yes.
Yeah, amazing link.
Great interview, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Even for a guy to listen to, because a lot of it is talking about sort of women's problems and why she invented this particular product, which I won't go into detail. Listen to the interview if you can. It's fantastic. But it was still amazing because the entrepreneurial spirit came through and why she did it and how driven she was.
I mean, she literally invented a product that she needed. She suffered with a leaky bladder and endometriosis, all, things that women have to cope with throughout their lives. So she's basically invented leak-proof underwear. And all the different ones that she tried that were on the market were really uncomfortable. They were like really thick, maybe between the legs, that the knickers themselves were really bulky, so you could see them through your leggings, because she does a lot of sport, and that's what had inspired a lot of it. The statistics are actually shocking, how many women stop doing sports because of being on their period or because of having leaky bladders and things like that, various different issues going on down there. So she invented this underwear which is really comfy and really sexy, beautiful. You can't see them. They've got the visible what's it called, VPL. It's
visible panty line.
Yeah, so it's
the opposite.
Yeah, the opposite of a VPL. So you can't see them through leggings and things, so it doesn't stop you doing sport. IVPL, I guess so. And they've got contracts with loads of women's sporting teams, some of them England teams, hockey, gymnastics, netball, football. Got some really great connections. A lot of runners use their product because a lot of women need these products, particularly when doing a lot of sport. So yeah, she's created a fantastic brand, and there's only a few of them in the company. They do everything. They go to all the events, they do all the networking, and she uses a company in China that they produce really fantastic products. And yeah, it's a really amazing
Great story. Yeah. And it's a bit of an insight in how you would move forward when you've got the idea, what she did to get it out there. And that's inspirational on its own.
Yeah.
And if you've got a product, you're thinking this would be great to bring to market, there might be some info in there to help you move forward.
Definitely, because it's one thing having an idea, but it's another thing to get that idea made if it's a product and then take it to market. So yeah, that came into the interview, definitely. I also chatted to a fabulous woman, really inspirational, called Katie Hessel, who's written a best-selling book called The Story of Art Without Men. And now it's been redone for kids. There's an illustrated version out aimed at kids. And before I spoke to her, I wasn't really sure what to make with it. I thought it might be a real kind of feminist and, what about women type thing.
Well, what about men?
If you had to name 10 artists, they'd probably all be men, would they not?
This is true.
Yeah, and the same here, even as a woman.
Tracy Emin.
Tracy Emin, yes, that's pretty much about it. All the famous artists that we know, because all the galleries that we've been to and all the museums are full of art that men have done.
Is that just a generational thing? So obviously a lot of these artists are from many, many years ago, hundreds of years ago, and it was predominantly a male-orientated world. The same as science, the same as everything else. You didn't get women doing it. They weren't allowed to.
But this is the point. You did, but they were covered up. We know with literature.
Yes,
we
exactly.
know with science.
There
were female.
The Bronte sisters.
Exactly.
That they wrote under pseudonyms as men.
Exactly. And also Marie Curie.
Marie Curie, yeah.
Yes, they gave it to her husband as well. And it's, she was the first one that kind of got some kudos eventually for doing something. But a lot of women have been discarded, written out of history, and she's just done because she just thought she studied art history, and she thought to herself, why aren't there more female artists? Have they only been around in the last 100 years? And she started researching, and no, there have been some amazing female artists.
We've spoken about this. Some very, very famous ladies were also artists. Was it Queen Victoria and other people sort of similar to that were artists? There was something we spoke about recently. Whoever it was also an artist. It was like maybe a famous author or something like that, but from literally hundreds of years ago.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So it's a fascinating subject. And yeah, once you start looking into it, if you're interested in art, then why not start doing some research into all the incredible female artists that are out there? And the way to do it would be to get a copy of her book, The Story of Art Without Men.
I get the title now.
Yeah, exactly. I also had a really amazing chat with Denise Pearson, who was the lead singer of 5 Star.
System Addict.
I had that on vinyl.
Wow, so did I.
Did you?
Well, nothing else existed when I was.
No, same, true. So she was absolutely lovely. She has a solo career now. She's on her 2nd album.
Beautiful.
Absolutely stunning. She looked like she's been carved by God. I mean, absolutely stunning. Face, body, hair.
I get that.
Beautiful. What do you mean you get that?
People say that I've been carved by God.
I thought you meant you get what I'm saying about her. That makes slightly more sense.
Ooh,
but you are
harsh.
Lovely. No, you. I think you have been carved by maybe Moses.
Why Moses? Was he blind?
No. Moving on. He wasn't blind.
Charming.
No, you are my Adonis.
Uh-huh.
You are.
I don't trust you. You're looking at me strangely.
No, you play tricks on me. I don't play tricks on you.
Okay.
I don't like tricks. Oh, Dad and Sheila did that this morning. Anyway, we'll come back to that. So Denise was lovely. She kept calling me sweetie. She was really sweet. There was an amazing story. She was in the Guinness World Records when she was 19 for being the youngest person ever to own a Lamborghini.
Yeah, and I remember it at the time when they were famous, and she used to quite openly say when she was being interviewed, my ambition is to own a sports car, probably a Lamborghini. And she did.
Oh, it's brilliant. So she said that she was the only one of her siblings that didn't have a car, and she hadn't actually passed her test yet. And she said, Daddy, I really want a car. And he said, what car would you like? And she went upstairs and got one of her brother's magazines. There was this beautiful Lamborghini on the front cover, a white Lamborghini. She came downstairs. She said, I want that one. And he said, you want a Lamborghini? And she was like, yeah. And he said, if you pass your test, I'll buy you one. And she did. And I said to her, how amazing is that? You know, it's one of those conversations that a lot of people have over the years. Oh, can you remember your first car? What was your first car? I said, you must be in a very small minority to say my first car was a Lamborghini.
To be fair, you didn't do too badly.
I did really well, didn't I? Mine was a Hyundai with cameras and everything.
Yeah, you had a fully equipped Hyundai Kona as your first car.
I know. Pretty cool. So yes, not complaining at all. So lovely to chat with Denise Pearson, and she's following me back on Instagram, which is really sweet.
Yeah.
Love that. Franny Katz, this week she comes on my show every Wednesday to do Hump Day Happenings, aka Celebrity Gossip. And this week we were on Zoom because it's Easter week and she has 4 children. They're like the Von Trapp family, watching her stuff on Instagram. She's obviously looking after other people's kids. She's got like 20 children and they're all down the beach and they're all playing Easter egg hunts and just
What
brilliant.
did you say?
Easter egg hunts.
Oh, it's not what it sounded like from here, I tell you.
Oh, don't. Talking about children and eggs and things and families. I took a little photograph of us speaking on Zoom because whenever we do our chats on Zoom, she always puts the filter on and she has like a funny thing on her head.
What was she?
She had a unicorn head.
Unicorn.
Yeah, which was nice. You and I went for a walk Thursday morning, a nice long walk along the Paseo, and ended up having breakfast at Kalima again.
Yes, it's perfect. We've mentioned it before. €4 for a breakfast, €2 for a coffee. You can't beat it.
So good.
Sitting in the sun by the sea.
Yeah, really lovely. And quiz night on Thursday night was the busiest quiz ever.
But
And
I've got to say, it wasn't manic.
I don't quite know how.
No, because sometimes when there have been a lot of people, it's been a bit difficult to get them all under control and there's been a lot of noise and
Yeah.
it didn't seem it was that way.
It seemed to flow quite well, didn't it? I'm amazed. But yeah, there were 78 people who had booked. There were 17 teams and we'd said, that's it. We're completely full. There was one table that was free for patrons to sit at. But this family came in and said, can we play the quiz? And I was like, I don't know. I don't think I have a table for you. And then discussed it with a couple of the staff. And it was like, well, if they're here and they want a table, then we'll give it to them. So they became team number 18. And then just as I was about to start the quiz, Ross comes up and says, can we play? So Ross and Amy and the kids and a couple of other people were there. So they made up a team as well. So we had 19 teams, equal to the busiest ever. But it was busier because there were more people. Most teams were of 6. So it was unbelievable. And you did very well again. People will talk.
Yeah, we won the quiz and the money round.
Crazy.
And we won the money round on our own this time.
Amazing. So you had
€67 each.
That's really cool. Well done.
Thank you. It's like I know stuff.
It is like you know stuff.
Fair, it's probably my team that knew the stuff.
Well, all of you. You're a team.
We're a team.
You are a team. Good team. Mary gave me a beautiful box of biscuits that are gorgeous. We've had a couple of them with a cup of coffee the other night.
Quite heavy on them the first night.
All right, don't let everyone know that. It was a beautiful tin with butterflies and things on it, which is why she bought it for me, which was really sweet. And it was wrapped in butterfly paper. Really cute. And Adrienne gave me an Easter egg, a whisper from her and the girls. And Better Late Than Never gave me a cream egg. So people were giving me things.
Yeah, it's funny because you said, we've lost the Easter egg, we've left it in the pub. I said, no, you ate it when you got home.
We ate it. We ate it.
And you had more of it.
Okay.
But you forgot.
I'd had quite a bit of wine, hadn't I, on the Thursday night. We were celebrating. It was a great quiz. I really, really enjoyed myself. Dad and I met for breakfast the following morning and, gosh, that was a bit of a shock price-wise. The opposite to Kalima. So we went to go to Amber Shoe, which we love.
You.
Thank you very much. But it was closed, unfortunately. So I said, let's go to Gym Junkie. Haven't been there in a while. And, yep, nothing against Gym Junkie. Love it. Been a staple. Gone there every so often over the years. But like a lot of places, the prices have gone up. And it was €8 for an orange juice.
So that's even more expensive when I was not so happy about the price at the Cult, which was $6.50 for the orange juice.
Yeah.
That's even more.
Yeah.
And it's a nice place, but it's not the Cult.
No, absolutely. And I'm not sure how much the coffee was, but I had smashed avocado on toast, which is one piece of toast. And then I paid €2 extra for a poached egg. And that was €10, my breakfast. And Dad had the veggie breakfast, which is very nice, which was €14. So our breakfast cost 44 something euros.
That's crazy, crazy money.
Isn't it?
I don't get it.
No.
I know things have gone up, but we buy groceries and we don't get it sort of wholesale or anything, and we could make breakfast for a lot cheaper than that.
I think some people are maybe competing with each other because there are new places opening like the Cult that are of a certain price and they're really busy. Then maybe some other local places are thinking, well, we should put our prices up then if they are.
I was having a conversation with the girls, the Irish girls, Aoife and Maeve, about rents, funny enough, because obviously rents at the moment are very, very high, long-term rents. And quite a few years ago, what people are paying now, I don't know, €1,800 was €900, years ago. And we're talking about some people that have owned since they built them. So they've had the same property all the time, and they used to rent it out long term, and they used to get €900, be really happy, they paid the mortgage, they did this. And because everybody else has put rents up, these same people, even though nothing's changed in their property, they're not earning less from it, but they're now deciding to charge like €2,000 a month. And it's profiteering. And when we were just saying, I know people are going to do that, because why shouldn't they? They can say, well, if you're charging it, I can charge it, and I earn more money. But at the same time, you just sort of hope that some people say, do you know what? I don't need to charge that. I own it. I've always owned it. I haven't got a mortgage on it. I used to charge $900. Well, okay, maybe I'll charge $1,400. I'm still making a nice amount of money. But why they have to go to the extreme as well is a bit strange.
Greedy.
Yeah, and I know it's human nature, but it's a shame that some people just don't need to.
Yeah, exactly. On Friday, I decided to get some sun time because the sun was out, and I don't work on a Friday. So I walked to Nuevo Reno, which is one of the few places that have beds on San Pedro Beach at the moment. And they're only $7.50. I'm sure that will go up as we get closer to summer.
I'm not sure it can, because the beach prices are set by the Ayuntamiento. That's why it's on that special post.
But they're all different.
Yeah, they are, because I think then some people give you like extra mattresses, so they're allowed to charge extra for the mattress that goes on the bed. So sometimes you end up paying like €25 because you've got a comfy bed. But actually, if you've just got a standard sunbed, there's a base price for it, I think.
I still think it's different. I'm sure last summer Nuevo Reno was €10.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, we'll see. But yeah, $7.50, really good price, and a short walk from Kallakalua, which is where I was meeting Charlotte for lunch. We haven't met for the last few months because she hasn't been particularly well, unfortunately, but she's all good now. I had to wait I thought I was going to wait ages for a table. I walked in and said a table for two, and she added me to the bottom of the list of about 15 names, and I was like, oh no, because you can't book a table at Kallakalua. And I said, how long is the wait? And she said, I don't know. And I was like, oh God. So I knew Charlotte was running a little bit late. So I went and got a drink at the bar, and I hadn't even paid for the drink yet. And the woman's calling out my name, which was amazing. So I think because there were only two of us, somehow we jumped the queue.
Well done, you.
Which is incredible. But it was a table right in the sun. And Charlotte's got fair hair and fair skin, so I knew she wouldn't want to be in the sun. So I was like, oh no. So I waited there until she got there. And then once she arrived, we said to the staff, is there a table inside? How long would the wait be? And there was a table that just had some salt and pepper on, so they cleared it straight away for us. So we were really lucky.
Lucked in twice.
We were really, really lucky.
Look at you.
And we had our favourite thing there, the fried aubergine. They do it the best at Kallakalua. They're like chips, and they're even thinner than they normally are.
Berenjenas con miel.
Yes, berenjenas frita con miel. And prawn and avocado salad. And I have to say, we were having that last summer, and there were definitely more prawns this time.
This time?
Yeah. I'm sure last year we had like
Was it more expensive?
3 prawns each. This time there was like 10 prawns or something.
But it must be more expensive.
It wasn't more expensive.
Wow.
It was €18,
Good
which
on
isn't
you,
cheap for a salad, but there were more prawns.
Good.
And we shared some grilled rosado, which was very nice. Quite garlicky, I have to say, but very nice. Yesterday, we had an epic day.
It was fabulous.
It was really good. It was a magical mystery tour when we get together with Bev and Jamie. We never know where we're going, and we were driving towards Antequera. They picked us up at 10 o'clock in the morning, so we knew we were doing something before lunch, and we were passing all the flamingos, all the lakes.
We saw flamingos.
Yeah, amazing. It was stunning weather, clear blue skies, absolutely beautiful. And we ended up at Labyrinthus Park, which is a labyrinth or a maze, the largest maze in Spain.
Yeah, and the second largest in Europe.
Yeah. And we asked how long it should take, and they said roughly an hour and 20 minutes. We did it in
30 minutes.
Half an hour we did it.
Our sense of direction and our want to get out of a enclosed space kicked in.
It was really good, wasn't it? Really fun, and the perfect weather for it, because doing it in July and August would be a struggle, I think.
Yeah.
So this time of year, really good. So great thing to do. Obviously, there were loads of families there, lots of kids, but there were lots of adults as well walking without kids, including us. So it's a really fun thing to do. You can either do it in the morning or the afternoon. They have two kind of shifts. They're shut for lunch.
So you have to, the exit is this big tower. So you're basically heading for this tower. So you can see the tower from wherever you are in the maze, but getting to the tower so that you can get into it is obviously what you've got to achieve.
So sometimes you're obviously walking away from it, and sometimes you're walking
a long way away
towards
from it and on the outer edge, and then all of a sudden you come in a couple of rows and then you're actually heading towards it again.
It was really fun. We really enjoyed it. And when we finished, there are loads of outdoor games that you can play, which we really enjoyed.
So I'm going to say one thing that we said. If these games were in the UK, none of the tools that you play the games with would be there. So all of them had like either bean bags, balls, basketballs,
Rings
marbles
that you had to chuck on hoops.
and nobody had walked off with any of them.
Yeah.
And I'm sad to say that I really feel that if that was the UK, there wouldn't be anything there.
Yeah, it's sad to think that, isn't it? But yeah, there was like loads of balls and equipment that
I
you
won
could
the
just
first
walk
game, bean bags in a hole.
You did do well. I won the second game, hooking the things over
I'm renowned for being able to get things in a small hole.
Well done. I don't know what any of these games were called, but we did all right with them, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. And
it was really fun.
You didn't do as well as the child before you in the one where you've got two pieces of string and you've got to guide a marble up this big
bit of
puzzle
wood with loads of holes in.
And he did it quite quickly. And
he was brilliant. Jamie did it as well.
Yeah, and you went.
I went a different way. I thought, why wouldn't you go this way?
You found out why.
It became apparent why you wouldn't go the other way. So yeah, very difficult to explain, but great fun. We've got some photos and things. I took a fab video of you and Bev playing rock, paper, scissors, which was really clever how they made that.
So you basically just got three levers. They're in the shape of either rock, paper or scissors. So you stand either end and
you go 1, 2, 3,
and
draw!
then you just basically hit one of them and from either side and you play it in a normal way.
Yeah, really clever, really clever. So we loved that. And then we went to lunch and we went to a place that Bev and Jamie had been to a couple of times before. They went there for Jamie's birthday last year. So it's in a place called Campillos, which is fairly near to Malaga. Campillos.
I thought it was Campillo.
No, I'm sure there's an S on the end.
Okay.
And you can get to it via train from San Roque. And this is what they did for his birthday last year. And it's a beautiful train ride, apparently. So San Roque is on the coast. It's sort of past Gibraltar way, isn't it? Near Gibraltar.
No, it's before Gibraltar. Okay. Before La Linea is San Roque. So they have a train station and it goes all the way to Ronda. So this is the San Roque to Ronda train route.
Okay.
Which Michael Portillo has done.
Yes. So it's a beautiful train ride, apparently. We haven't done it yet.
It's meant to be one of the most beautiful in Europe.
Wow. So you'd need to get off at Campillos.
And it's the only place that you can get off, have lunch, and then get the return train back because there's not a lot of trains.
Yeah.
And it's the only place that you can possibly do this. And you can't dilly-dally in the restaurant either, otherwise you miss the train home.
So it's definitely worth a bit of planning in advance, but that's what they did. But we obviously drove there. Jamie is our designated driver. We love him for that. And we went to this restaurant called Yerba Buena.
I don't think it's Nya. Because there's no N-Y.
Oh, yeah.
What it is,
there's umlaut on the U.
Oh, that's German.
I know.
There's two dots, which you don't very often see in Spain, over the U. So I don't know what the pronunciation of that. Maybe it's a where instead of a U.
Yeah.
So maybe it's
Yerba Buena.
Yerba Buena.
Yerba Buena. So YERBAGUENA. So it's a short walk from the train station. But as I say, we drove there. And wow, what a place. It's on the Michelin Guide for their wine.
Yeah, what a wine cellar. I took a picture of a couple of bottles of wine, then looked up the price, and they're retailing at about £1,200.
There was one that was 1,900, wasn't there? Yeah, we didn't have them. You spied what looked like a really nice wine.
It was on the bar. I took a photo of it when we went in. It was a Rioja, it was a Crianza, it was a 2021, I think, so it looked like half decent.
And there were magnums on the bar, and we asked if we could have, just a normal bottle, and he said they only did it by the magnum, and we were like, oh God, because there was only 3 of us drinking, and we were not sure we wanted to drink that much. And he said, it's fine, just have the magnum, and I'll charge you for whatever you drink. And we were like, well, that's really nice. It was the owner, Javi, that came over to us and was chatting to us. His English was fantastic.
Brilliant. We lived in Brighton for a while. Yeah.
So he was lovely, really, really kind. So we had the magnum.
He was massively into Northern Soul.
Yes,
massively.
We found out this afterwards because we got chatting. But at this stage, it was all about the wine. So he gave us this magnum, which we somehow finished the whole thing.
We knew we would.
Yeah, I thought we would too.
But the food was insanely good. I can't recommend this place enough. So even if you don't do the train trip, do go up and check this place out. It's a beautiful place for lunch, and the food was just a quality above what you'd expect.
Yeah, we had an oyster each. We shared some croquettes.
So the oysters were only $4.50 each, and they were beautiful.
We had fried eggs with potato and truffle. That was stunning.
Yeah, so it looks like a big mould of whatever, mound of stuff. Mould, not mould.
Not
Scrap
mould.
the mould bit. A big mound, and then they come and cut it in front of you, and it's all the runny eggs running into everything. It's beautiful.
It was really, really good. And we had some chuleton.
Well, we had a chuleton. So again, when they came and said, sorry, we only do the chuleton minimum 1 kilogram. And we all looked at each other and thought, oh, Jesus, looking at the price. And I said, that's going to be like over €100. But then we looked at each other. But if we have a steak each, we'd easily do 25 to 30 euros
the fillet steak
each.
was €38.
Yeah, so you'd easily do that each anyway on the steak. So we said, let's do it. So, yeah, there was more than enough meat for all of us.
Yeah. And the bill, considering we'd had a magnum of wine and the chuleton
Which was only
and all that
€58,
food.
by the way, that magnum of wine.
Amazing. We couldn't believe it. And we had a couple of bottles of water. The bill was €253. So we did a nice tip, 275. So it worked out €137.50 per couple, which for what we had was incredibly good.
Oh, what about the pudding?
Oh, the dessert. Torrijas.
Torrijas de Semana Santa.
So we were talking about torrijas on Good Morning Spain, talking about the dessert. I always get that dessert, which is very famous for Easter, but I'd never had it before. It's very similar to French toast. So bread soaked in milk and then eggs and fried with cinnamon and things
Beautiful.
It was absolutely stunning. Yeah, we did have two. Because we were just getting one to share, but it was that good. We needed to get another one. Amazing. They gave us a free shot afterwards of whatever we wanted, which was lovely. And then when we were saying goodbye, we were at the bar. We wanted to thank Javi and say we'd have a lovely time. And he got chatting with us and invited us to another drink. So we sat at the bar, and that's when he told us about Northern Soul and living in Brighton. And such a lovely man.
And there's a huge flamenco hall in this place as well. So they do flamenco nights.
So Bev was saying about maybe a big group of us going there for the next special birthday and things and staying there for the night, and it'd be amazing. But yeah, can highly recommend this place. Best day ever. Thank you, Bev and Jamie.
And if you're looking for something to do as an adult or with the kids, do check out the Labyrinth as well.
Definitely.
That's a great day out because, as I said, all the games afterwards and the actual Labyrinth itself, brilliant.
A few pieces to mention from the Euro Weekly News. New EU pet rules are coming into place. This is to do with travel regulations. It's from April the 22nd, and they're basically asking for stricter documentation requirements. They'll be doing more consistent checks. This is to improve traceability of pets. This is when you're taking pets from one country to another, so into Spain from the UK or vice versa. So I don't think pet owners that are doing this need to worry, but you just need to make sure that you speak to the vet or look online and make sure that you have all the relevant paperwork in place.
Yeah, there was a sort of side note to this article as well, which is saying to people that do own pets, don't worry, this doesn't change anything about owning a pet in Spain. This is only about travel within the EU with your pet.
Yeah. There was another piece talking about a study by the CEA, which basically translates as the European Drivers Club. And they were talking about some of the most problematic habits among drivers in Spain.
Picking your nose.
No.
Going by what you do.
Oh, stop it. No, I don't. It'd be ridiculous. So these are all things I could totally relate to. I think we'll all be able to relate to this, having seen people on the road doing all of these things. Mobile phone use. I've seen lots of people driving along on their phones.
I still see people doing it, even though it's a fine and points off your licence if you do it. Or in Spain, it's points off in Spain. It's points on in the UK, points off in Spain.
Okay. Yeah, you should not be using your mobile phone. I mean, it's just
As Tiger
crazy.
Woods found out. So, when this accident he had in the US, apparently he said he's glanced down at his phone and then clipped a car, and that's how he lost control.
Really?
That quick.
Wow.
It can happen.
Another one was failure to maintain a safe driving distance. Well, we definitely see that.
Yeah, but the difficulty there is it's people usually behind you. And so you start speeding up to try and get away from them, and they speed up to try and keep up with you, and you never get a safe distance. No. And I don't know how you're meant to do that with people behind you.
You just have to go into the other lane, don't you?
Well, if convenient.
Yeah. Well, I know, it's not always easy, but this is just observations that people have had. Lack of proper signalling. We definitely see that all the time. People in front of you, and they just go, I think I'll turn right here without indicating. Very irritating and potentially dangerous. Inconsistent acceleration or braking. We absolutely see that.
Yes, yeah. Speed up, slow down. Speed up, slow down. Yeah, but you've got to stop doing that.
I've got to stop doing that. There was something else you saw in a different paper. Why don't you say this one? This is to do with fuel.
Yeah, so we all know what's going on in Iran at the moment and the Straits of Hormuz. Is that how you say it?
Exactly.
You say it on your news a lot, so I think you will know how to say it.
Hormuz.
Obviously, that's affecting fuel supplies, oil supplies, etc. So the EU are talking, they haven't done anything yet, but they are talking about potentially bringing in some fuel restrictions and asking people to possibly work from home to stop using so much fuel. So just be aware that if this situation gets worse or doesn't get any better, we may see some sort of COVID-style restrictions coming back.
God, that's madness, isn't it? I mean, not everyone... I can't work from home doing what I do. It's not possible for everybody.
Possible for everybody. But I do believe if you go back many, many, many years to the 70s or something, I think similar things happened back then when there were crises in fuel and electricity and stuff. So I think it's not the first time we've seen this happen. But, you know, you wouldn't expect it in this day and age.
No,
but...
absolutely not. I wanted to mention a couple of upcoming charity events for your diaries. Climb for Kudeka. This is a charity-sponsored walk to climb Torrecilla, which is the highest peak in the Sierra de las Nieves. It's 1,919 metres. It's sort of near Ronda. This is someone we know, Julie, is organising this because her husband, Steve, has been suffering with cancer for many years now and have been using Kudeka. Kudeka are a fantastic charity. They helped us with my mum.
Yeah, we know firsthand, don't we?
Yeah, and it's not just, it was originally marketed as a kind of cancer charity, but it's end-of-life care. It's palliative care, basically, and they can come out to you, to your home, or you can go to them, or you can be an inpatient and actually live in Kudeka if you are at end of life. So they really are fantastic, an amazing team. They're based in Benalmádena, but they look after many areas of the Costa del Sol. So this is happening on Sunday, the 26th of April. It's said to be about a 7 or 8 hour climb. So it's not for the faint-hearted.
Is it 7 hours back again?
Oh, I'm not actually sure whether it's 7 or 8 hours for the whole day or 7 or 8 hours climbing and then coming down. But it's a big deal. But I've got Julie's phone number if you want to ask any questions, because it's on the poster that we're going to share on social media. So if you want to ask any questions before signing up to the walk, or you can just donate some money to Kudeka, obviously, without doing the walk itself. 635 999 557, and that's taking place on Sunday the 26th of April. So if you want to support that, get in touch with Julie. And also the Beach Olympics are coming up, which is organised every year by Collective Calling, which is a charity we've spoken about before that do a lot for the local homeless on the Costa del Sol. This is on Saturday the 2nd of May. It happens on Banús Beach, and you need to get a team together of 5 to 10 players because it costs €500 per team to put a team in, but you need to be seriously fit for this.
Why?
Well, because they put you through your paces.
Well, I'm just thinking, so Manifesto are now an official partner of Collective Calling.
Ooh.
And I think Manifesto should put a team together.
Wow. Yeah, I think you should too.
I'm going to mention it on Monday.
Okay. Amazing. Good for you.
We've got some fairly fit people.
You do.
Some very fit people and some not so fit people.
Okay. What category do you fall into?
I'd rather not say.
Okay.
But we also have almost, not Olympic swimmer, but we have a very, very good swimmer. So if there's any swimming, we got somebody who can do that.
Amazing. Exciting. So yeah, if you're interested in that, get in touch with Collective Calling.
That's right in the middle of our play, isn't it? So if I do
It's
it...
the weekend before the play.
Okay.
So I could do it. We've got the picnic on the Sunday, so this is the day before, so it's doable. So yes, get in touch with Collective Calling. They're on Instagram, Facebook, they have a website, everything like that if you're interested. We better leave it there. It's been a long one this week.
Yes, well, it's been a longer week.
The actress.
You're
Sorry.
so rude.
Well, come on, you've been doing it the whole episode. I do one and you have a go.
It's because we did it on the Saturday last week, so we had a little bit more to talk about.
Exactly.
That's why.
Oh, and talking of jokes, I mentioned Dad and Sheila. So Dad and Sheila are coming for lunch in less than half an hour and I need to get ready. I know.
I've got to cook.
I know. They arrived just after 12 o'clock and I was like, what's going on? And they said, hi, sorry, we're a bit late. I know you wanted us at 12. And I was like, no, we said 2 o'clock, and they were joking. They just brought round the booze and things to put in the fridge because they're going
because it's all
alcohol-free stuff for them to put in the fridge because they were going into San Pedro to watch the parade. So I was like, oh, thank goodness, because we're really not ready yet.
And I've heard some lovely little things that little children are doing lots of Easter egg hunts today.
Yeah, really
Good
nice.
luck.
Happy Easter. It is goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from her.